Hi book friends, welcome to Biblio Happy Hour, a podcast about bookstores and everything bookish. I'm your host, Victoria Wood. In today's show, we'll be talking to our guest, Jenna Todd, and she is from TIME Out Bookstore, and they're located in Mount Eden Village in Auckland, New Zealand. Before we get started with today's episode, I'd like to welcome Lincoln Gould, our newest patron to the Biblio family. Thank you for helping us to make what we do at Biblio Finder and Biblio Happy Hour possible. Today's episode is brought to you by Biblio Finder, a new online directory for independent bookstores. Biblio Finder allows users to find bookstores worldwide based on your current or planned location. If you love the show and what we're doing over on Biblio Finder and you want to help us support local independent bookstores, visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/bibliofinder. Patreon allows listeners like you to support the show as well as our online directory for independent bookstores. You'll also get perks such as access to our full podcast episodes, behind-the-scenes content, an opportunity to send in questions, get discount codes, shoutouts, plus more. That's patreon.com/bibliofinder. We'll also leave a link in the show details. And wherever you're listening, please don't forget to share, subscribe to our podcast, and leave us a rating and review. Alrighty guys, let's talk with our guest. Jenna, thank you so much for joining us and welcome to Biblio Happy Hour.
Kia ora, thank you for having me.
So happy to have you. So really quick before we get started, are you a coffee or a tea person?
Coffee.
Okay, or how do you like your coffee? Are you espresso or a cappuccino or something?
I just have a black plunger every day, but New Zealanders are very well known for flat white. So if I'm going to a cafe, I'll have a flat white.
You'll have a flat white. Okay, all right, sounds good. Alrighty, so tell us about your bookstore. Tell us where you're located and share a bit about your town.
Sure. So Time Out Bookstore is located in Mount Eden Village in Auckland. So Auckland is the most populated city in New Zealand. We have half of the population of New Zealand here. And Mount Eden is sort of just one stop on the bus away from downtown Auckland. And we just sit below a volcano called Mount Eden. Maungawhau is the Māori word for it. And so that's one of the most busiest places for tourists to come and visit Auckland, because you see a whole view of the city from the volcano.
Oh, wow.
And so we sit at the bottom of that.
Oh, so are you in the downtown area in Mount Eden?
Well, we're called the Village. So
the Village,
I wouldn't call it downtown. It's just about 3 blocks of shopping. We're in historic building district. So Time Out is in the oldest building in the village. It was built in the late 1800s.
Wow.
And we were a tram stop back in the day.
Oh.
And now everything's built around that. So our building is really narrow and long down the back, and we're very small, and it's all brick and very homely looking.
Oh, sounds nice. No, sounds really, really, really good. So I know, through our previous conversations, you've been with Time Out coming on 10 years. But when did the bookstore itself actually open their doors?
So we opened in 1988, and so it was opened by a 24-year-old woman named Sue Lees. She opened the store as a music and bookstore. And yeah, I just think it's amazing that a 24-year-old opened the shop. And then we've had a second owner called Joy Draper. And then the last owner is Wendy Tayumbas. She's owned the store for maybe 17 years now. She's a retired school teacher, and she's been here the longest. But I love how it's been owned by 3 really strong independent women.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, at 24 years old too, that's quite an achievement, I would say.
Yes, I know. And we're still really great friends with her. We see her all the time.
Oh, that's amazing. So what can readers and book lovers expect when they walk into Time Out?
So when you come to Time Out, you come to this haven of book curation, because as we all know that there's so many books that are published in the world, and we have 2 incredible book buyers, and they pick the best of the best. And we're also really into, and so that's of literary fiction, but then also beautiful hardback books. And we also have a great kids section as well. We've got a little room out the back. We are really big on staff picks, so we only hire staff who are passionate about reading, and so we have a big staff picks wall, and all of our customers have their favourite staff member. They go straight to the particular person and want the next book that they love.
Hey guys, listen to the full podcast episode over on our Patreon page. So Patreon allows listeners like you to support the show, as well as our online directory for independent bookstores. You'll also get additional perks for joining, such as discount codes for some awesome products and services. You'll be able to share your input and submit questions for the show, get behind the scenes content, weekly business updates, shout outs, plus lots more. That's patreon.com/bibliofinder. I'm really looking forward to talking with you there.